Sunday morning. The camp is bustling with pilots breaking camp. The Czech have a long flight ahead of them, and we have made plans to fly along the Baltic coast. The rest of the gang is still sleepy, so we agreed to meet up in Pritzwalk later that day. Now come along, we'll show you some sightseeing features along the German Baltic coast. The first landmark, of course, is Wismar itself. It suffered greatly during the Second World War. The peninsular Wustrow. For a long time this was a knightly estate, until 1933 came by and it was handed over to the Nazi regime. Yes, this guy here. He turned this beautiful peninsula into a flak artillery school, which of course in time was bombed into oblivion by the Allied forces. It was later occupied by Russians, and when the Iron Curtain fell, it ended up like this. And here we have Rostock. From 1940 it was bombed relentlessly by the Allied forces. until all that was left was a pile of rubble. We are now passing over the peninsula of Fischland and Hiddensee, who both remained relatively unscathed by the Second World War. However, other than being nice, they are pretty much unremarkable. Unremarkable is not a description that fits the island of Rügen. Lush with green woods and fields, it is surrounded by a chalk coast that rivals the cliffs of Dover in its beauty. If you are interested in fine arts, you simply cannot visit Rügen without talking about this man, Caspar David Friedrich. Born in Greifswald in 1774, he was one of the most important artists of the Romantic era. He created several paintings of the coast of Rügen, with this one probably being the most famous of them all. Rügen was pretty popular with nobility as well as new money, so it became literally littered with humble cottages, the likes of which none of us can afford. Many of those are still preserved today. Some, however, fell in disrepair and got knocked down. And then there's this monstrosity. Who in his right mind could have thought up a 4.5 kilometer long tourist complex designed for 20,000 guests? Ah yes, of course. Never mind. So somewhere there on the horizon is Peenemünde. Why is Peenemünde important? Well, that's why. But we won't fly to Peenemünde. Instead, we'll head south into Mecklenburg. We had now ample time to contemplate the war-torn past of the Baltic coast of Germany. Spritzwalk. I've been here quite often and we are now waiting for the rest of the gang to arrive.
So, nun kannst du sie tanzen.
Kommt jetzt da kalt raus? Ist es kalt? Oder?
Ganz in Nähe, hä? Papier ausgelaufen, ne?
Ach so, das muss ich ersetzen.
Jetzt ist er weg.
Die äußerste Ecke verweht wird.
Nicht mehr schlecht.
Du nimmst dann so einen Reiter.
Ja, der Anstich war schon. Ja.
Alle 100 Meter ist so ein Reiter.